Hello anyone, and welcome back to Xenoblade X, where we're about to find out some classified information. Oh, I did all these quests off screen, but just on the off chance this is interesting, I'll conclude it now. Yeah, this is, as far as I'm planning, the last episode before I go and do Chapter 12, which will be an entire experience. So I'm going to clear up as many side quests as I can, however long that takes. And also going to see if I've got any hearts outstanding as well, which I think I should do. So it's all good fun.
Did you actually?
Don't tell me you've done already. Hot damn, you never cease to amaze. A lot of Pathfinders tried their hands at this one before you know, just in case your head wasn't swollen enough already. You're the real deal, Aurora, a blade worthy of taking up my colleague's mantle. So I can tell you what was in those data units now, I mean, if you want. That is why I'm here, Kirsty. You just want your reward, not some boring story. No, I want to know. Thanks. It's a bit of a long story to be honest, but I appreciate your patience. When the Earth-Life colonization project was started, the question arose as to how we would gather resources and intelligence on a new planet. A special team with the codename Frontier was assembled to tackle the issue. I was one of many researchers involved. Even after the white whale took off, we kept working on the problem around the clock. We barely ate. I don't even know if we slept. We just knew there wasn't a moment to waste. And then, finally, we finished a working version of what would come to be Frontier Nav. Apologies, I'm distracted. When the ganglion attacked the white whale, our lab came under fire. My team, our data, it all came crashing down to Mira along with everything else. And so far as I know, I'm the only one left. I've even used Frontier Nav to search for them, but yeah, nothing. Tell her team would be proud of her, ask how she survived when the others didn't. Let's be nice. Thanks, I try to remember that. I know my colleagues wouldn't want me to dwell on the past. Getting back to the point, our team was working with 5 of these data units. Each one contains data on a top-secret second-generation version of Frontier Nav. Even after Frontier Nav was complete, the rest of my team continued to pursue their research voluntarily. I don't think Nagi knows about this. Heck, even I don't know all the finer details. My friends gave all they had to ensure the future prosperity of humankind, and I want to honour that. But there's still one data unit missing. If I can track it down, will you go out there and recover it? Together we can uncover my friend's final legacy. It would mean the world to me, Aurora. Please consider it. Yeah, I'll do it when the time comes. I know there's one of these for Silverland as well. Well, that's that done. Sweet. So I will go looking for some heart-to-hearts now and get back to you if and when I find any. Lynn, why are you up there? Well, this ought to be fun, shouldn't it? There we go. And this is her last one, I believe.
You like it here too?
Hey, Aurora. I was just staring up at the man on ship. Isn't it incredible? Just gonna minimize the guide so I can check on my recording, my bad. I wonder how the Manon ever discovered that technology. That thing is so huge, and it isn't even flying, it just kind of floats. It makes virtually no noise and runs off of an extremely clean energy source. With everyone's help, I was finally able to complete the scale flight module. But us humans are still a ways off from being able to match the Manon on the technology front. I've seen a lot of ganglion tech that impressed me too, you know. Like that Zufag, I think it was called? Yeah, we're nowhere near being able to add flight capabilities to such massive machines. I mean, the white whale could fly, just putting that out there. That was pretty big, but that's besides the point. I'd love to pay a visit to the labs at Meredith & Co. or Candid Incredible. I bet I could learn a few things. Her inventions will top theirs one day. Tell her I'd like to visit the arm manufacturers with her. Let's encourage. Huh. At this rate, that's not likely at all. It could take decades or even centuries to replicate those technologies. And while we're playing catch-up, the Manon and Ganglion will develop newer and better things. So to help speed things along, even if only a little, I need to learn all I can while we have experts here who are able to teach us. Once we catch up, hopefully we can start putting our own human spins on their technology. Anyway, I hope I'm not worrying you. I haven't been working on this stuff night and day or anything. I'm taking some occasional time off. Elma's been on my case about it. She says I'll burn myself out if I don't relax more. Tell Lynn to try and do only fun things on her next day off. Tell Lynn it's fine as long as she's enjoying herself. I think as long as it's fun for her, it's not that bad. Aw, thanks for saying that. I love tinkering with machines. It's a ton of fun. My designs don't work most of the time, but I can always try again as much as I want. I think Elm was worried about me getting so obsessed with my fiddling that I stopped taking care of myself. And when I say something like, I'll only do it for an hour today, 5 hours go by before I even realise it. Honestly, just having this conversation makes me want to run home and grab a wrench. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on the scales. See you back at the barracks. That was cute. And that was her last one, I believe. I will double check. Yeah, that was her 5th. Delightful. Oh, I triggered something. What did I trigger? I just stepped into an alleyway. I don't understand. That's generally not a good sign in this game. Oh. Oh dear. That's not good. Darn it, am I too late? Don't like this. You there, did you see her jump, perhaps? Would you mind answering a few questions for me? Offer to help if you can, stay out of it. Let's offer to help. It's appreciated, you know. Always good to meet a friendly person on something like this. So my name's Aqua, you see. Believe it or not, I'm the very first man on Blade. As a mediator, it's my job to go around the city resolving trouble, okay? Especially when it involves other Manon. So first off, your name is Aurora, yes? I see. Let me ask you this nicely, Aurora. Are you the murderer? You are, aren't you? Right. Not that I know of. Firstly, deny Aqua's insulting accusation. Ask why Aqua is looking for a murderer when the victim jumped. Let's go with this. Interesting. And judging from your calm tone, I think you're probably totally innocent. I know it makes no sense, but there it is. So there's been a string of strange Manon killings lately, you see. Oh good, another one of these. That's why I'm guessing this jumping incident here was actually some foul play, maybe. Take it from me, if a Manon wanted to end their own life, they simply wouldn't have the conviction or self-assurance to see it through, right? But even if they did, they certainly wouldn't go jumping off some crazy tall building, you know. That's crazy. Too crazy for Manon. Not as if that makes sense. Ask why Aqua would possibly think that. Let's just choose not to question this. Right? So there must be a terrible criminal behind this, don't you think? A criminal who may even continue to yearn for Manon blood. You are a Blade too, yes? Would you maybe help me on this investigation? You'll be rewarded very, very well, most likely. So, please? Sure. Oh good. Jim told me to ask another Blade if I ever needed help, and it seems he was correct. Who is Jim? I don't know if I trust this Jim. But anyway, I would ask you to start with questioning, okay? I have a specific human I want you to consult. Ask what you're going to do. Let's just figure out who you want us to do. There is a ridiculous delicious business in the commercial district called Army Pizza, isn't there? So good. So good. If I remember correctly, the owner is named Powell. He was close to Duduma, who is the victim. Ask about her past, okay? Maybe what she liked, whatever you could learn about her. I'll be investigating the scene in the meantime. The culprit must have left some trace behind, right? Thanks and good luck. I'm sure we'll crack this case together, don't you think? What just happened to the lighting there? I swear it just glitched. But oh boy, I've never come across that quest before, and thanks, I hate it. I was just trying to find a... Oh, there was a lobster there. This one is all full of surprises, isn't it? Okay.
Need something?
For the love of sauce, another grenade pizza. I'm telling you people, I can only make them so fast. Give me a minute already. But no, customers keep flooding in and asking where their order is, and I don't know, okay? I don't friggin' know. Question. Let's try to calm pal down. Calm? Calm? How can I be friggin' calm? This joint's about 10 minutes from being overrun by a bunch of friggin' pizza-crazed manon. Well, I appreciate your dedication to not swearing, but now I'm kind of wondering if you're murdering all the manon so they don't overrun your business. And why are you even here, eh? What's your deal? Aqua sent you. Well, I ain't got time for this right now. That is, unless you want to go out and deliver this friggin' pizza for me. Why do I get the feeling I'm about to go deliver some friggin' pizza? Do that and I'll tell you whatever you want. Okay, buddy? Now scram. Yeah, I guess. Man, you're a friggin' godsend. And here, order up. 1 grenade pizza for a man named Mikkel. Should be on that huge friggin' ship of theirs somewhere. Oh, and Mikkel's a regular, so try to be friggin' polite. Now move out, deploy that pizza. Oh, why are the side quests in this game like this? I just wanted to find Yelv. And here I am, stuck in this mess. Alright. You're late, yes? Very, very late. Hurry up and pizza me now, right? Are you pizza? If you're not pizza, you are dead to me right now, yes? That is a mood. Rein in your anger and hand over the pizza. Deliver the pizza with an apology for the delay. Let's go with that. Late, late, late! Is this some sick plot to starve me to death or something? Apologies won't ease my hunger, no. Do you have any idea the panic I felt while waiting for this flavour disc? No? Was this maybe an intentional snub? Do you know I love pizza more than life? Oh what? You have some complaint, right? I am livid, aren't I? Grudges over food last a lifetime, can't they? I demand the discount, an apologetic discount full of contrition and maybe percents off. Explode in the face of their unreasonable demands. Let's just weather them. We were told to be polite. Why the silence? Do you think you can just tune me out, maybe? I see what this is. You're making light of me because I'm Manon, yes? Because we seem so meek to you humans, right? Ha! I might be a slightly unhinged pizza addict, but you're just a big jerk, right? Right? Enough, yes. Just leave the pizza and get out. And tell Pal to hire a better delivery minion. So long, off you go. Goodbye forever. Well, you sucked. Alright, I'm back.
About time.
Phew, finally I can catch up my breath. Looks like you finished up too. I tell you, no beast on mirror is nastier than a hungry Manon. So how bad was it, huh? Ramble on about your delivery woes, admit the job was easier than you expected. Let's ramble on. Appreciate you taking that friggin' bullet for me. It's been like this ever since I lost the missus. I'm 2 hands short for everything. Days like these, it's real apparent just how important she was, to the shop, you know? Gas, sorry, gotta back up. Got tomorrow's pizza and the day after to be worrying about. So what was it you wanted to know about? Fire away. You helped me out, now it's my turn. Did you notice anything strange about you? Sure, why not? Strange? No, not that I remember. Dejima comes in, orders the usual, and wolfs it down same as all of them. But now you mention it, I haven't had any orders from her in a while. Did something happen? What's all this about? What? You serious? That cheery pizza nut went and jumped off a friggin' building? There ain't no way that... No, wait, she got in a fight right here in my shop. Some blade named Jerome. Think they bumped shoulders or something stupid like that. She seemed real down after that, but suicide? That's hard to swallow. Still, I guess it might be worth looking into. Big yikes on this entire thing. Also, alarmingly cheerful music for this object.
Have you heard?
Oh, there's a lot of people here suddenly. I've got about so much I'm likely to get here, yes? Did you find anything? The victim had been fighting with Jerome? That sounds suspiciously like a suspect, right? What do you know about Jerome? Let's see if you learned anything from the scene. Let's see if you learned anything from the scene. It's almost certain that the victim was killed before she allegedly fell, you see. It looks like a professional job, doesn't it? And since Jerome is a blade, well, you can see where I'm going with this, right? It's certainly enough to justify bringing him in for questioning as soon as possible, isn't it? Although I had a dinner date with you tonight at Army Pizza, you know. But I guess this isn't the time for that, huh? No. Sorry, you, but dinner will have to wait, won't it? Remind you that you can't work 24/7. Why not? However I wind up with is lucky to have me, you say. But Yu is the serious professional type, you see. She'd so kill me if I ditched work to be with her. I need to focus on the case for now, okay? I'll give Yu a quick call, okay? Just a moment. Oh, I hope she's still alive. Please still be alive, Yu. Hello, Yu. I'm really, really sorry, but I can't make dinner tonight. I'm at a crucial point in this case, you see. That's okay, isn't it? Right, yes, that's right. Okay, thank you, Yu. Oh, Yu, I feel like I could do anything after hearing your encouraging words, you know? Okay, talk soon. Yes, love you too. Bye-bye. Oh, she's so gonna die. Phew. I'm lucky to have a girl who's understanding about my work, aren't I? Now I can leave the road to Jerome, you say? Ha, right, sorry. Yes, so sorry. Jerome should be down near one of the commercial district storage areas, I think. I'll meet you there. Right, let's go and figure that out. Oh, big yikes. What's going on over here? You know what this Aqua jerk's on about? Guy actually claims to be a blade. Ha, as if. Wait, you're not with him, are you? I showed you my resident registration data, right? Or do you think that's a forgery as well? Yeah, I bet you little freaks know all about how to forge something like that. Just don't go thinking the rest of us humans aren't onto you, man-on liars. Okay, time out, Xenoblade X. Why do all of the NPCs absolutely suck? I mean, not all of them, but, like, probably a good 70% of the NPCs, particularly the humans, absolutely suck. And I hate that that's actually quite realistic. But either way, just choices. Like, I get that you're going for commentary here, I assume anyway. I hope you did this on purpose, otherwise yikes. But you can take it down a few notches. Good lord. Prove that Aqua is a legitimate blade. Question Jerome. Let's defend. You're being played, you know that, right? The man-on are all sneaky little liars. I think that's enough about me, yes? Tell us about your fight with Jijima, alright? Do that and it will be my pleasure to leave you alone. What, that? It was nothing. I was waiting in front of Army Pizza like normal and she starts ranting about me cutting in line. I just put her in her place a little, taught the little upstart not to mess with us humans. I don't know nothing about no suicide, but sounds to me like she had a guilty conscience, or maybe it was some kind of divine punishment. And if you keep bugging me, little man-on, you might find yourself next in line for a smiting. I've had enough of this. Don't ever talk to me again. Listening to you little monkeys stammer and squeak makes me want to crush you like a bug. Well, he was charming. I'd say that sounds like sufficient motive, doesn't it? If I follow him, he's sure to notice, but he might pay less attention to a human. Would you mind seeing where he goes? Yeah, sure. He sucks. I'll follow him. You don't mind? Just like that? Wow, you really are the perfect partner, you know. Right then, time to get moving, yes? There's a park that way, isn't there? Maybe Jerome headed there. Can I help out this man-on that looks like it's in trouble? I don't seem... Oh, wait.
What?
Huh? You looking for Jerome? This time of day, he's probably eating over in Deliverance Park. But after how you guys messed with him, he's gonna be pissed. If you plan on asking any more questions, get ready for him to answer with his fists. Yeah, that hecking figures. Good lord, humanity. What happened? Okay, I legitimately have to look for him. That's fun. Guess I'll just do some running around in the storm then. It's always a delight.
Listen.
Oh, there's a lobster. I was going to complain about ending up in the rich people place. Still mad, by the way.
Oh, hey!
Oh, I'm so bitter. But that's not the point right now. Just looking for information and potentially lobsters. No big deal. Oh yeah, that's a fun thing. None of this water is real. Like, literally. NLA, none of it's water. I think it's explained by fog at some point, maybe in a heart-to-heart. But all of this stuff that we're swimming in casually is actually, I believe, the same stuff that made those crystals around NLA. So you know, fun fact there. It's all very delightful. Ugh, I see Lob, I must stop and get Lob. They really planned their quests out, didn't they?
Oh, and get this.
There we go. Lower strata beneath Deliverance Park. Okay. Well, this ought to be fun. Oh, back down to where I just was. How convenient. Eh, at least I can just jump down because it's Xenoblade X and my actions don't have consequences. And yeet. Well, hello there, Jerome. Casually panic save, because he don't look so good. Oh. What the hell? What'd I do to deserve this? Was it those Manon? Oh, those little freaks, I knew it. I knew it! See what's happening. Oh, I'm not gonna turn around and walk away. Like, he's an asshole, but... You were with that Manon. I don't know what happened. I was eating, then suddenly I just passed out. And when I woke up, I had this bomb attached to me. Let's go with it for now. Thanks for believing me. It is the truth, I swear. I knew you were different from that darn Manon. Anyway, you gotta help me disarm this thing. Maybe you're so or not, I don't want to die. You have to save me, please. I look so comfortable. Suggest that diving into the lake might weaken the blast. Let's attempt to defuse the bomb, I guess. Oh, thanks, buddy. So, you do know something about this kind of bomb, right? Oh, not the foggiest, mate. Okay, apparently I do. Great. That's convenient. I guess I learnt something from collecting all the lobsters. Really? You do? Then my life's in your hands. Oh, don't give me multiple choice options again. I'm definitely gonna have to Google it this time. Hey, you really do know what you're doing. So far, so good. Now hurry up and get this thing off me. The bomb, it... stopped. You disarmed it. I'm gonna live? Well, good to know I have that skill I had no idea about. Oh, whew, thank, Oh. That ain't good. Are we just gonna leave him there? This whole quest is just what the heck is happening? I'm deeply alarmed. Even by Xenoblade X standards, this is a nightmare. Okay, mates, we have a problem. If you care to spawn in to hear about it. There we go.
Don't do anything.
Did you find Jerome? What happened? Why are you so pale? What? He was rigged with explosives? And you defused them, but he died anyway? Poison or something, maybe? That's terrible. This mystery just keeps getting deeper and deeper, doesn't it? But thank you. Without your help, we'd have lost some critical evidence, wouldn't we? I'll contact forensics and have them take a look at his body, okay? We will arrest whoever is responsible, won't we? I swear it, yes? Sworn. Sorry, I've got a mail, it seems, and Yu's the only one with this address, so... Oh no. This photo, it's Yu. She's been strung up in the Weeping Whitewood over in Noctilum. Ugh. And there's a thingy nipping at her feet. Yeah, let's go deal with that. Right, I've got to go save her, yes. I don't have my team with me. I was looking for Yelv initially, so I won't grab him yet, but I'll go get Elmer and Lynn back for the sake of, you know, not dying. Alright, let's see what we've got. I have a feeling it's not going to be fun, whatever it is. Oh no. Oh no. She was always so warm, no? Now she's as cold as frozen pizza. Words of comfort. Give him space to grieve in peace. Let's try and be comforting. You really are very kind. But I can't. We had a promise, you and me, you know. We were going to make our own pizza. I even built an oven in my house. I thought we could. But now... It's a note, no? Maybe from whoever did this. Are you angry, little Manon? Bitter? Good. Your hurt won't go away until the flames of hate burn everything to ash. Whoever did this knew me, right? They did this to you because of me. I expect I'll be next, right? They clearly want me dead. I think I may know who did this. I just need to see what the forensics say, alright? This isn't over until the one who murdered you pays, but I need to be sure, yes? Completely sure. I'm headed back. If something happens to me, find my co-worker Jim, won't you? Talk to him. I'll be counting on your support, okay? Yeah, another point that was brought up by, I think, Hazel from Xenoblade Amino, who is wonderful and darling. Like, NLA is full of serial killers. There's the blood lobster, there's the guy who was killing all the other alien races, there's another guy apparently who's killing all the other alien races. I'm sure there's more. Like, how did we end up with so many actual murderers? I know that they didn't do a great job of selecting, and I've ranted about that at length, but did you not do, like, a psych evaluation? Or anything? I feel like we could have saved a lot of murders, guys. Just do your due diligence next time. I'm begging. Oh boy, we only have Jim here. That's not promising. Excuse me, but are you Aurora? Thought so. I'm Jim. I work with Aqua. He gave me a message to give to you. He said to meet him at Cliffside Camp over in Oblivia ASAP. You wouldn't happen to know what this is about, would you? Chasing you's killer. I'm gonna keep what I know to myself. Not talking, eh? Aqua was right about you. Said you were trustworthy. He wouldn't tell me anything either. Just said this was one perp he had to bring in on his own. I don't know what happened, but please help him any way you can. He's a good friend. I'm not gonna make any promises. Not very optimistic, are you? Generally, yes, but... Still, I suppose a level head is for the best. Someone has to balance out that loose cannon after all. I'll leave him to you. If he goes off the rails, I'm trusting you to reel him back in. Oh boy. This is all extremely messy. What have we got? I'm somewhat afraid. Oh dear, it was the pizza guy. Hey, I know you. It's Aurora, right? Your timing's perfect. Think you could help me out with one more little job? I've got to bury this man on, but the hole's taking forever to dig. Demand to know whose body it is, tell pal to dig his own hole. I think we ought to have questions here. Guy named Aqua. Thought he was a blade, but really he was just a dumb, hungry animal like the rest of his kind. You said you're helping out with his investigation, yeah? Now that I think about it, that makes you the same as him, don't it? Ha! Well, you're late to that party, pal. Aqua scarfed down a special grenade pizza and then went back to the great UFO in the sky. Ha! Little idiots' brains turn off the moment they see a pizza. Well, he got a blast of salami and cheese, alright, plus something with a real kick. Did Yuma, Jerome, Yu, Aqua, every last one of them got the house special. They all died with the taste of grenade pizza fresh on their tongues. Surprised? Was I not the main dish you were expecting? I kind of was at this point. Let's face it. Stay calm and discover his motive, vent all your rage. I want to know why. You can try to keep up that cool facade, but I hear your soul screaming. But hey, you want a story? I'll tell you one before I send you to hell. The Manon killed my wife. Aqua killed my wife. But dying for his crime isn't enough. I'll follow him to hell and poison him again. How/why did he kill your wife? I mean, they said they were going to make pizza, but surely they don't mean take over the entire business, so let's kill the wife of the guy running it currently. This is all a mess. And since you're helping him, that makes you guilty by association. I don't care if you're a Blade or the Director General, you became my enemy the moment you chose his side. Thanks for that audio file, yes? Who's the idiot now, Powell? What? Is something wrong with your ears, maybe? I said you're the idiot here, didn't I? No, but how? Ask if you really killed the wife. Ask how he's alive. I want to know about the wife. No, whatever happened, Powell has it twisted around in his head, you see? Twisted? You animals are the twisted ones. Your kind tortured my wife day after day, and then you decided to finish the job. Or don't you remember demanding that she replace your pizza over a couple of lousy slices of salami? Have you lost your mind, Powell? Maybe you should remember the situation you're in here. Ugh, how are you even alive? I saw you eat that grenade pizza with my own eyes. Actually, I owe this one to you, don't I? First of all, you kept Jerome in one piece. This allowed forensics to find the poisoned pizza in his stomach, you see. And that, got me investigating, you know. Turns out the others all had something in common. They all called in an order to army pizza just before they died. I can't believe I was set up by a mindless little Manon. I believe you Urk folk call this chickens coming home to roost, yes? Or was it turkeys? Oh, ain't this just like your kind? You weasel your way into human business and end up ruining everything. I'll never forgive you for taking my wife from me. You'll die for what you did. They used to call me the Hellfire Margarita back in the army. It's time to show you how I earned that name. You came just in time, Aurora, didn't you? Uncontrollable! Sorry, I should not be this happy right now. Bad things are happening. We've got to stop Powell for good, haven't we? This is for you, and everyone else you killed. Good to know that the Firecracker Margarita or whatever counts as a UM. Did he really name his skull after a pizza?
They've seen us.
What the heck, Xenoblade X? Like, legitimately, what is wrong with this game? I can't believe Grenade Pizza F is a UM.
So I'm allowed to go loud. I'm feeling pretty good.
Die!
Whoa! Lightning slinger!
Die!
Looks like fire. Kill me! I can't afford to be sloppy. Split edge.
Die!
Lightning slinger! Well, there!
Side clash.
Give it to me.
Die!
This'll give me the edge on me.
I won't stop
Bring it
till
on.
I'm
Give me some cover fire.
He was surprisingly difficult to get on ground gear, because he was level 35, so I'm 14 levels above him, and I felt a need to get him my scale. So, impressive, but still disturbing. You killed Powell, yes? Then the case is closed, isn't it? I bet you would have been proud of me. Whenever I get down, she was there to shake me out of it, you know, to get mad and tell me to go back to work. So yes, I think she'd be proud. She'd be proud. Let's go with yes? You really are kind, aren't you? I'm fortunate to have met you, am I not? You, I hope you're out there somewhere enjoying a pizza and looking down at me, yes? I have to make sure this sort of tragedy never happens again, you know. I can't ever give up. I'm heading back to the city, okay? But maybe let me give you this before I go. It's thanks to you we pinned down the killer's identity, you know. You're the best partner a detective could ever ask for. But still, why would Powell do this? None of the people he hurt were responsible for what happened to his wife, were they? All the man who died just loved the food he made, you know? I guess that's all over now though, isn't it? Such a shame. Yeah, that was incredibly disturbing. Holy heck, Xenoblade X. What are you even doing? And why must it be so terrifying? Just enormous yikes. Now, back to what I was actually trying to do, I guess. Before I start crying over this disaster of a game. Okay, I finally found Yelv. That took a while. Oh, it's Aurora. You here to stop the fight? You don't even know what this person said to me. He was mocking the Reclaimers, saying we're just a bunch of grave robbers and junk collectors, which is why I'm gonna bust his pretty little face. Oh dear. Agree with the elf that the other one's out of line. Try to convince him to calm down. I mean, he was out of line. So you do understand. Now that my best friend's gone, you and Blade are all I got left. You think I'm gonna take it sitting down when someone talks rubbish about the work I do? Heck no. Now give me one reason why I shouldn't knock out the rest of this moron's teeth. Man, trying to automatically censor Yelv is an entire disaster. Invoke Eleonora's name, use a nearby scale to back Yelv up. Oh, that's such a disaster. I really want to do this. Why not? Whoa, let's not go overboard here. I just want to knock out a couple of teeth, not grind the poor guy into pudding. Yeah, that's it. I'm calling the whole thing off. The guy's a jerk, but that doesn't mean I want to spend my afternoon scraping him off the pavement. If walking away is what it takes to keep your bloodlust from running wild, then consider me walked. Yeesh, remind me to never get on your bad side, you crazy psycho. Oh, that was certainly something. I love Yelv's heart-to-hearts. They're a complete disaster, and I believe we have 2 more of them to go. Okay, a lot of pointless running around later, and turns out I can't actually get his next heart-to-heart until I have done his other affinity mission, which is the one I'm building up towards, planning to do that probably at the start of next episode before I hit the chapter. So we will come back to that. For now, let's see what Tobias wants. Where's that chump gone off to? Huh? Wait, I know that face. You're Aurora, yeah? Keep your identity concealed from the suspicious man. Yeah, I'm Aurora. Aha! I finally found you, you thieving little punk. I got words for you, see? We got problems. What have I supposedly done? Not the least of which is that you made the Tobias hike all the way out here just to chew you out. I don't think I've ever heard of you, Tobias, so just chill, would you? You've been planting data probes all over lately, yeah? That make you feel good? Make you feel like the big lady on campus? Believe me, mate, if anyone else would do it, I would gladly let them. Well, yank 'em back out. Every last one, you hear me? You've been costing me a fortune, and I'm not the kind of man what likes folks messing with his wallet. We clear? Roll your eyes way back into your head, ask him to explain what he's talking about. I'm gonna roll my eyes. Oh, we got ourselves a real tough gal here. You even got any idea what you've done, tough gal? Well, here's the deal. Every stupid data probe you stick into the ground cuts the number of users accessing mine. That clear enough for you? I've been sitting there watching my profits drop day by day, and I don't like it one darn bit. Huh? The livefold? Oh, who gives one? I'm talking about cash here, pal. My cash. We got a real charmer here, don't we? Look, pal, if brains were dynamite, you couldn't blow your nose, so let me spell it out for you real slow. All the money in ULA is mine. We're really coming across all the psychopaths today, aren't we? Any of those cowards want to know about the world outside, they can just keep accessing my research data probes like they always have. Man's passionate rebuttal. Rub your fingers together like you're playing the world's smallest violin. Oh, I love this option. Excuse me while I get a good screenshot of that. Getting screenshots on the Wii U is wild. You have to do it through the browser and post it to Twitter or Facebook, so, you know, that's fun. But I just need this in my life. The heck is that smug look about, pal? I don't give 2 rips if you want to listen to me or not. Enough talk. We're gonna have us a little wager to see who the real boss is around here. Easy there, you mad dog. I ain't talking violence. All them medical bills are a waste of money. I'm saying we race to earn 70 large with Frontier Nav. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm currently earning about 30 something. And I cannot be bothered for the life of me. But I'll take it. Ha, then the deal is done, and you, pal, are the world's biggest idiot. You even know who I am? I'm a darn genius pathfinder, a prodigal. Ain't no blade can out-earn me, at least some little punk like you. I'm gonna wring 70,000 credits out of Frontier Nav so fast your head will spin right off your body. Right the heck off of it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it in a single return for quite some time. So I'm gonna ignore him, having played the world's smallest violin. I think that was enough for me. And let's see what other quests I have lying around. Oh yeah. We saw this guy when we were talking to Not Solid Snake Island, didn't we? This matter is far too important to ignore. It represents a serious problem for the Orphe as well. We Orphe will lend our skills to humankind. In return, I ask that you assist us. What are your problems? It relates to the security of the Biano water purification plant. Is this episode out to kill me? I think it is. There was an incident in which humans were attacked on site by Cantors. Yes, I am well hecking aware of that. I was there and it was horrifying. We Orphe have a plan to ensure that tragedy is never repeated, but it requires your kind to participate as well. As it is a proposal that will benefit us both, I hope we can work together to make it happen. What do you stand to gain? Ask your scheme. Well, I presume it's so that they can make their water. What's the scheme, I guess? We propose that auto-sentries be used to defend the plant and surrounding area. You humans are too few in number, and I expect there is a limit to what can be asked of your fellow Blade operatives. I assume you are aware that we require Sanarapa water in order to reproduce. The process by which we manufacture that water relies on the Biano plant functioning. We cannot allow it to be jeopardized by primordial creatures, and I believe this machine is the solution. The auto-sentries will be unmanned and fully automatic. How long until they kill a human? It should be more than sufficient to defend both the lake and the purification plant itself. We are already hard at work on the construction of a prototype, but have come up short on a few parts. I would ask you to procure the necessary thingies and thingies. I should have the first, don't know about the second. Let's have a look. Oh, I do have them, sweet.
Your report.
Work here is nearly complete. Now we are just waiting on the parts I requested. How's your search progressing? There you go. Flawless work. I see I found the right woman for the job. Once these are installed, we will be ready to begin combat testing. Your help will be most welcome with that phase 2 if you can spare the time. The prototype auto-sentry has been transported to the Outfitter's test hangar. Yeah, sure. Should I pick up my team? I feel like this is about to start a fight and I haven't grabbed them back yet. So I will be back in a moment when I have them. Hang on a minute. Yelv isn't in his alleyway. As far as I know, he should be. Let's have a look at the heart-to-hearts, I guess. Oh! I do have another heart-to-heart with him. Genuinely was mistaken, then. Hey, Elf.
You gonna let me rest or what?
Oh, it's you, Aurora. Don't worry, I ain't been any fights today. Yet. Had the day off, so I figured I'd try my luck with the ladies and see what happened. Oh, I can only assume this has gone horribly. Ask how it went, stop yelling at anyone. Oh, that's hilarious. Sure, why not? Yeah, it ain't been going well at all. I pretty much decided to give up before you opened your mouth. This is all Eleonora's fault. She said, Yelv, you need to get to know more people besides me and Aurora. Bring back a girl you don't already know and I'll double the pay on your next job. Now I think about it, I doubt Eleonora even gets to set our pay. She was probably just using me to kill some time. Man, this whole thing was a gosh darn waste. I'm gonna go sign up for a few extermination missions to clear my head. Okay, that was bizarre. Also, Eleonora, are you really just messing with him? They have a very odd relationship from what I know. And I have heard things. So yeah, I'm curious, but for now, come with me, mate. We have stuff to do that doesn't involve you going on dates. Alright, let's go get probably killed by something involving Biano Lake again. Because that never gets old. Is it you? Yeah. thank you for coming. I just finished making the final adjustments. Well, what do you think? Considering its role as defending a human facility, I tried to cater the design to reflect human tastes. Your people have a fondness for designs like this, no? As such, I trust you will like it as well. Do we? Quite pleasing, blurt out that it looks weak. Let's try and be nice. Wonderful. Earlier designs crafted according to an Orphean aesthetic standard ran into problems in that they tended to terrify humans. I'm glad our adjustments were successful. Though its easily accepted exterior is less important than the cutting-edge Orphean technology inside, I kinda want to see the terrifying one now. I urge you to bring total focus to this test. A moment's inattention could lead to grave injury. Are you ready to begin? The more combat data you can provide us, the better. Okay. If it means I never have to go back to Biano Lake again, I will be delighted. I doubt I'll get that lucky,
As long as
but you know.
Blast away! Don't give him a chance!
Wow, it's only level 30. I'm real afraid, guys. Oh, that was easy. Thank you, you have given us excellent data. We will use these results to improve on our design, then deploy the auto-sentries en masse to Biano Lake. I'm certain they will keep the water purification plant safe and clear of even the most ferocious primordial creatures. How much are we betting that they're going to go mad and kill everyone again? And as a result, we will have a steady supply of pure water with which to synthesize the Cenarapa water. This will allow us to steadily increase our numbers. All excellent news for us Orphi. Yeah, I'm not afraid at all. AKA, I'm extremely afraid. But for now, more missions to be done. Hello there! Surviving on this planet as an Orphean is difficult, all the more so for an individual who lacks any particular technological expertise. Which brings me to a question. Have you ever seen the Pro and Control Wild Beasts? Yes, I think they had some Swedes on their side, didn't they? Then I'm glad to have found an expert. Please describe to me what you saw. Yes, I see. That all conforms to my own research. This may actually work. I have succeeded in synthesizing a copy of the incense they use when taking commands of beasts, you see. Though I sadly cannot rival their powerful physiques, mastering their beast-taming technique should improve my survivability considerably. I plan to begin trials shortly. Might I ask for your help? You might, but I suspect one or both of us is about to get killed. I'm also trying to grind money for a level 50 scale if I can get one in time. We shall see. Thank you. These experiments will be dangerous, quite possibly lethal should something go wrong, and I do not have the nerve to perform them alone. Let us head to the Shadow Beach, where I use this incense to tame a grand lophid. Oh dear, this could go horribly, couldn't it? Okay, what's about to go wrong, my dude? Ah look, there is a grand lophid now. I will attempt to tame it. If the incense yields no effect, please intercede immediately. Will you do this? Nothing to worry about. Express concern that it might eat him before you can react. I feel like we probably ought to say this. I'm aware the chances of this experiment succeeding are slim, but I fear I am incapable of surviving on Mir or otherwise. Framed in that context, it is a gamble worth taking. Are we sure though, my dude? I'll begin the test now. Despite the dire circumstances, my ova is exhilarated. If I succeed in making a beast like that my servant, it will fill me with quite a sense of accomplishment, almost as if I showed it up somehow. I will master it. I refuse to be underestimated by a beast like that again. Is he about to get eaten? It is working. Good beast. Closer now. Nice and slow. Yeah, that figures. Great! It's not disturbing at all.
It didn't have to be like this. I appreciate it.
Now, melee attack. When I hit hard. Shadow strike. Yes.
Get hard.
So I'm allowed to go all out.
I'm breaking out my skill.
Get it, Tatsu.
One blow ends it all.
It is kind of cute, I will admit. Oh, my scale's not nearby, that sucks. But that Lynn puts Tatsu in her scale every time. As much as I am irritated by Tatsu, it's kind of adorable on Lynn's part.
So I'm allowed to go all out. I haven't even finished.
Okay, that's that done. Oh, we got him back out. Phew, any longer and I would have been dissolved in its rising digestive juices. It seems this trial is a failure. And yet I was quite thorough in my research. Does my incense differ to the traditional Prome recipe somehow? Remark on how unfazed you are, suggest you should ask Prome for advice. You do seem pretty chill for a guy who was just crunched. Panicking does nothing to enhance one's chances of survival. We Orphi do not indulge in such unproductive emotional states. I find the matter of why my incense failed to work much more pressing. And since I included all available data in my work, I suppose there is nothing left now but to ask the Prone directly. But they are so huge, and they served as the Ganglion's foot soldiers, which makes them professionally violent. I feel more trepidation about speaking to one of them than I did approaching that beast. They're friendly, there's a good chance they'll beat him to a squishy pulp. Yeah, they're pretty chill. I suppose that must be true, else they could not successfully cohabitate with you humans. I have made my decision. I will return to the man on ship and speak with the Prone. Until now, fear of contact with hostile races who lack over has led me to keep my distance. But I cannot afford to be timid any longer. I will take command of that beast. I must. Or you could get eaten again. I feel like that's probably where this is headed, but we'll go up and see what's up, I guess. Hey guys.
Your report?
Ah, you are back. I have finished gathering information. I must admit, I never thought the Prone and other races would be so kind and approachable. Few bad seeds, ask who you made friends with. Let's be overall chill. Truly a fine bunch, yourself included. I did encounter some cultural differences, but they were well within tolerances. You there, you saved Mimbarak's life. That Orphean is mad, Prone would never attempt such risky taming. But it should be possible so long as I produce the incense just as you taught me, Celia. The Prone recipe calls for a thingy. Oh, good, fetch quest. Please tell me I have them. Thank everything that I do. Preparations are complete here, Aurora. And what about you? Have you secured the ingredients for the incense? There you go. Thank you. Does this look right, Celia? Yes, you can make servant of anything with that. Even Balgazis or Valdelio will bend knee. Then I am off to the shore. I thank you for your generous help. Tell us if you have trouble. Everyone here is lazy bum, too busy sitting to work or fight. I feel called out. We must help when we can, otherwise old ones will smite us all. Haha. Strange. She does not possess an ova, yet I feel a great warmth in her words. How is that possible? Good intentions or you need to form a bond. Ask if it's such a central thing. Let's go with good intentions. I see. I have always been mystified by that aspect of the interpersonal relationships of other races. But lately I have come to place my trust in bonds made apart from the ova as well. I will meet you on the Shadow Beach once more, Aurora. After all her help, I owe it to Celia to succeed this time. Well, hopefully no one will get crunched. We will be back to the man on ship in a bit, because as you can see from the minimap, there are a ton of quests around there. I was just finishing off the ones more around NLA first, so they're kind of localised next time. Right, here we go again. We are fortunate that another Grand Loaford is there. We seem to have caught it off guard. Now is our chance. Urge the enthusiastic on. I'm going to express concern that you're going to be eaten again. You are kind as ever, just like the others I met. But you need not worry. I have Celia's incense this time, and will not fail to make the beast mine. Okay, whatever you say, mate. Match my breathing to its own, meet its eyes, take hold of the beast's spirit. Just as Celia said, this creature is now my servant. Slowly now, easy, and come to me. Oh dear. Feeling a bit of deja vu here. I swear these are exactly the same shots as well. What is going on?
Ready to get your butt handed to you?
Is that Mimbarak? What happened? Capture card died, back to it. Were you eaten again? I had a bad feeling in gut, seems I was right. Hey Mimbarak, open your eyes. This is no place to die. You probably don't need to panic, I don't think. It looks to me like he was just very, very surprised and ended up fainting. Tico, not buy that. Noburata always makes stuff up. Ah, but look, friend is waking up. Oh, hello everyone. What happened? Mimbarak got gobbled up again. Friend really need to give up on crazy scheme already. But I need strength to survive on Mira. You have friends to help. If someone threatens you, I will beat them. If you need answers, Noburata will give them. And Tico can, lend money? Why does Tico sound like afterthought? Though perhaps small loan not out of the question. I do not know what to say. Thank you all. We have only just recently met, yet you have shown me such kindness. No, we have done nothing yet. Human is the one you should thank. I assume you saved me, Aurora. Thanks to you, I was able to see my wonderful friends again. Please accept this in thanks. Nice. It is strange. None of them possess an ova, and yet I feel a warmth as if they did. I have no words to describe this feeling. Do you? The feeling was friendship all along. Friendship. Yes, that feels right. I feel a strong bond with you as well. Good, we have new friend. We need proper welcome. We will go back to city, think about future together. New LA will be our home for a while to come. We must find something for you to do there. I am starting to feel that even someone as powerless as me can be of use, so long as I am with you all. Ha! Good. Then we go home and begin planning. Get walking, everyone. You too, Mimbarak. Well, that was a nice change of pace from all the bloodthirsty nonsense we've had so far this episode. Oh dear. Okay, time for another quest. I have learned much about Earth aliens. Your potential frightens me. Yeah, me as well, mate, especially after this hacking episode. How is your kind so adept at war? Product of centuries of fighting, say the prone would defeat humans in a war. Probably. This pleases me to hear, but it is wrong. Earth aliens would defeat prone in a matter of days. Not because you are stronger, or have advanced weaponry, but because you understand science of war. Have you read works of Sun Tzu, or Clausewitz? Tree Clan fought Cavern Clan for 10,000 suns, yet never did we have such thinkers in art of war. I will study Earth alien writings here in ULA. I will become strategist, lead prone to great victories. Age of warfare through brute force is over. Age of warfare through strategy has come. Is this an advert for Fire Emblem suddenly? Now Cavern Clan and Ganglion will finally fall to us. Strategy? Writing? Earth alien stronger than prone? Ha! I always thought you a fool. Now I know, your strength is nothing compared to mine. True, you have strength of Garida. I could train my whole life and never match it. I have killed many Cavern Clan in battle. You do nothing but talk. But now that I learn strategy, You, Earth alien, do you really think your puny kind could defeat mighty prone? Most certainly defeat them, admit we would likely lose. Let's go with we beat them. Ha! This one makes me laugh, such courage is good. But we would never lose, not to your kind. Strategy is useless against strength of prone. Meet me in the pit, mate. You are wasting time with books. Train instead. You are tiny and frail as Fennec. Enough. I am no weakling to be mocked. I will claim fortress improved by strength. And I will use strategy I've read about. Strategy of assassination. Killing top of enemy chain causes forces to wither. Lets them be defeated by smaller numbers. Help me, Earth alien. Go forth and assassinate Secretary Kentaro Nagi, leader of ULA's forces. This is the one that I always pair with the claim you are the Secretary of Defense now. So entertaining. Then I will take control of city and prove worth of Earth alien strategy. Will you do this? Nod grimly and prepare for war, tell him he's talking crazy talk. Just for the memes, why not? You're a bigger fool than him. Why do this? Your own people will suffer. This is true. I am shamed. I have lived to see the day where he corrects me. I have other idea. Ganglion are building new strongholds. Go to Lotus Keep building site and kill leader. We will top a fortress before it ever stands, and you'll be paid, of course. Okay. You'll be modern-day Sun Tzu, but be certain to slay only leader. Killing others will be brute force, make us no better than them. Even on way back, strike down only leader. Prove human strategy superior. Oh, I feel like this is going to go badly. Also, the reason I'm not pronouncing the names is because I am somewhat afraid I will just pronounce them all wrong. So don't mind me. I'm now quite afraid that some other member of my team will try and kill everyone else, because they do like accidentally aggroing people. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. Are you around, mate? Anyone? Ah, there we go. Where are you? Ah, over there. Great. Right, if we can not kill anyone else, that would be great. Okay.
Pathetic.
Wow, we actually managed it. That makes a change. Okay guys, I'm back.
You have my respect.
Greetings, Aurora. You did a perfect job of killing only leader. They were powerless as beast without head. Handful of prone just brought fortress down. Strategy was great success. It stands as proof that prone can fight with more than muscle. What did you think of my plan? Do I have a talent for this strategy? Yeah, sure. Why not? Hearing those words from Earth Alien means much. I respect your kind greatly. Well, do you still think strategy useless? I admit it was impressive. Force that small should not have claimed fort so large. Even if I fought with them. Then you agree Tree Clan must adopt strategy into our fighting. I do not like sneaky tricks, but I like losing lives of clansmen less. Your strategy will keep them safe. Yes, exactly. That is core of strategy. To crush enemies while saving your own. Thank you, Earth Alien. You have proven worth of strategy. Help me win support of clan. I will reward you most generously for keeping strong allies paid as strategy as well. Sweet. Would really like to be able to afford that scale soon, but I need like 3 million, so I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Is that a hecking glob?
Hey,
Hey there. Anyway. Hey, it's Slavity again. I'm sure this can only go well. Greetings, Earth Alien. I hope you tore apart many ganglions since we last spoke. Lost count of how many I've killed. Lecture Slavity about her love of needless killing. Let's go with that. Is this Earth Alien humour? Joke? Bah, while you tell bad joke, my team is busy. We were in Mira, claim ganglion heads at every turn. We achieved great victory in Koldros. Shame Aurora was not there to see it, eh, Trigo? That was not great victory, that was suicide. You charged enemy alone, did not wait for backup. Ha, you worry like new mother. I will never fall to such weaklings. Enough. What of info we found on their boss? Are you done examining it? Yes, many soldiers are heading to that area, gathering in holds and fortresses. We will plan attack. Over coming weeks, we have Aurora. She and I storm holds ourselves. Yes, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. If I do something, assume it's never a good idea. What? Madness! Yes, I cannot wait. I've wanted to rampage with this Earth Alien for some time. Oh boy. You are both mad. If you must go, Captain, prepare first. We must strike quickly, like Wolfen. You lot prepare for next battle in meantime. Come, Earth Alien, we meet in front of Lotus Keep building site. Wait, that's exactly the same place where we just were. They gave us cursed gear, controlled my team, injured me. They will pay in blood. So, does that mean that we're going to have the Definians coming back in again? AKA Duvain clan? I really do not know. But I guess we're going to find out. Okay, Slavity, what's the plan? This hold will do to start. Have you ever stormed one? Claim you crushed all within like bugs. Winston say it was a difficult fight. Bugs. Then you need no explanation from me. I will say only this. Most ganglion fortresses are controlled by Captain and Vice Captain. Kill both in one pass and chain of command falls. This is just the same as the last quest. What is going on? So I have a proposition for you. I kill one of them, you kill other. Whoever has fastest time wins. Heh, fun yes. Now we will know which one of us is greater warrior. Meh, I guess. Spoken like true prone. Now let challenge begin. I will strike cold first. You wait there. Captain Slavity works fast. Do not blink or you will miss show. I broke Captain in two. He struggled longer than expected. 5 minutes. Still not bad time. Can you defeat Vice Captain faster? We will see. Now go, tear him to shreds. Okay. At least it doesn't start until I found the captain. That makes things much easier to manage. Right, where are you, my dude? Are you in the building?
Here they come.
Oh, it's you. Oh, these guys suck.
Look at this sitting duck.
Oh yeah!
Leave it to me.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
When I hit,
I still have that mission to finish where these guys were at a life hold piece and I ran around a lot. Really ought to go back and try and do that at some point.
lay down some cover fire.
Upper hand.
Well, that's that done. Hey, Slavity. I beat you, Slavity. I don't know how you're going to feel about that, but I suspect it won't be great.
Impressive.
Back already, and Vice Captain is dead. Hard going without Slobody's help. I was bored. Why not? Heh, you beat my time. This round is yours. Now for rematch. This time I take second in command. You crush Captain. That is only fair. I will go on ahead, begin scouting. You follow, do not keep me waiting. Okay, off to another base. Dear Lord. We're really continent hopping for this one. Okay, Slovity, we're back. Ah, here at last. I see your textures haven't loaded in yet, Slovity. Oh dear. I scouted Fortress. It will be tougher than last one. All more fun. Added flavour to spice up little race. Grin and say you can't wait. Mutter something about how taking lives is never fun. Yeah, I kind of feel like we ought to go with this one this time. I know we've been chaotic so far, but... What are you talking about? And why grim face? Did you eat something bad? Your opinions are odd, yet strength is mighty. Still, I will have enough fun for both of us. Now to head inside, crush Vice Captain. I will be faster this time. Ha! This time I have you beat. 3 minutes, top that. I'll be here, you go tie Captain limb from limb. Okay.
It didn't have to be like this.
At least you're already level 40.
Lay down fire!
Look at this sitting down.
Oh! Whoa, what happened there?
All out.
Engaging.
See off
Lay
this
down
bar.
fire!
Oh, thank you.
I don't think it's free.
What the heck is that attack?
Son of a...
I do not understand. I wonder if I can get her in there with my scale. Because that might be the only chance we have at this point. Unless someone else is attacking, but I'm not hearing the sound cue.
Bring it on. Engage it. Open fire and get your back.
Right, please don't ruin my skills. Okay, we did it. Good.
Ah, crap. Trouble.
Now let's get out of here before that thing kills us.
Impressive.
Your grin says job is done, and faster than me. Being beaten is strange feeling, new feeling. That would sting if I weren't having fun. I can take on anything with you, topple any fortress, even Cavern Clan's Scabland fortress. I had planned to end day here, but this is too much fun to stop now. Oh, can't we? One more stronghold, let's do it. Pound your chest and flex your mighty muscles, say you've had enough for one day. Oh, I guess we're just gonna have to keep doing this, aren't we? Oh. Thanks, Internet. You are best. I'll go ahead, you come after. Do not keep me waiting. Oh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Okay, this is actually less bad than the last one, which I appreciate. Now, where are you, Slovity? Have we got the good Coldros music or the terrible Coldros music? I can never remember which one I actually like. Earth alien, I was just scouting hold and found treat. It is someone who attacked us before. Oh. Interesting. I'm sure, way of speaking, infuriating attitude, all just like voice I heard through gear. But did you not kill her? Body may be artificial. Laugh and say that just means you get to kill her again. I wonder if this will unlock some lore though. You are wise, that may be true. So this time we leave no scrap intact, then she never comes back. This will be my fastest time yet. Forgive me if I forget to leave any for you. Oh dear. So you are Aurora then, a friend to this fool, Slavity. I am the youngest sister in the Magissia series. Yeah, that figures. I'm speaking to you through that insufferable prone woman's con device. Do you understand what this means? No? Then let me spell it out for your little human brain. Come to me now or she dies. Do hurry, little insect. You killed my sister after all. I would hate for you to be late to your own execution. Great! Great! Love it when this happens.
Ready to get your butt handed to you?
Oh dear. Don't love that so much. I mean, I love Uncontrollable, but not fighting with high-leveled things that I don't want to fight. Oh yeah, there we are. Just save quickly, because the capture card is being a pest today. In a shocking turn of events. But here goes nothing. I thought you would flee, little insect. But now it's time to atone for murdering my sister. I think we've killed a few of you at this point. Oh, it's one of those bombs. I placed a time bomb on your idiot friend, Slavity. Her death will come in 5 short minutes. Oh, but do not pity her. For she will not go alone. I will see to your execution as well. Great. Now share in your final experience together. Suffer and die in penance for your crime. Oh, heck yes, Uncontrollable.
They've seen us! Open fire!
Power goes a shit hard.
Bring it on! Are you kidding? Who built this clunker? One blow, get it on!
See? I'm first. See? I'm first.
Wait. There we go. Man, barely got any of the lyrics of Uncontrollable though. Bomb is removed. I am saved. Again, how did Aurora get all this bomb removal tech? That's the second time we've done this. I worry. Darn her, it must be holdover from Cursed Gear. As soon as I saw her, my body turned traitor. You had to save me again. I am filled with shame. Chide Slavity for her carelessness. Assure Slavity there was nothing she could have done. Yeah, I don't think so. Ugh, your words shame me even more. There is no choice. I must grow stronger, like you. I will return to New LA and start training Rishamin from hell. In the meantime, take this as thanks. I hope to challenge you again someday. I will not lose next time. This is promise. Okay. We did a thing.
Here they come.
You know what? No thanks. Nice. Back to the man on ship, I suppose. Oh, it's Sevi. We've spoken to you before, haven't we? Blade, ransomer of my people, you find me in my hour of need. I need your strength, lend it to me again. You saved many tree clansmen, but 3 are still prisoners. Cavern Clan has them, they must be rescued now. We are not strong, we cannot best them in combat. We beg Earth aliens to intervene, it is our only hope, kin die otherwise. Sevi's clan will regain their strength in time. Help Sevi but say they cannot rely on humans forever. Let's encourage. Your words are kind and true. When clansmen return, we will not lose again. It is good you are helping. It puts me at ease. I will give you names of those I seek. First is that guy. He was taken to Milligan's supply base in Oblivia. Second is you, younger brother. He is also in supply base. Third is... oh, your son. He was rear guard when we fled. He let us escape, then he was made prisoner. He is at Mesa Fortress. We hear things about that place. Terrible things. You must help him. I will do my best. Ah, it's one of these quests. Dear Lord, that was a lot of information. But we'll go do the thing, I guess. Oh, do we get saved by story? You are not Cavern Clan. Oh, brother, is that you? No, but I'm here to help. I knew Tree Clan would come. We do not abandon our own. We are not cruel like Cavern scum. Fear kept me alert. Now fear is gone. Only exhaustion exists. I will accept your help. The cell's key is held by someone. Okay, great. At least we're done being attacked, but I'm not really sure how easily we can get out of here. At least things are fairly low level. Level 17. I really don't want to have to fight anyone else, but I think I'm going to. Or I could be unbelievably lucky. I like that plan. Oh dear.
Get your butt handed to you.
Now that's how to evade. You can do it. Finally.
Why not be free? Get hard.
When I hit,
Beam barrage.
hit him again for a goal, so I'm allowed to go.
Okay. Lots of things are attacking us now.
I won't leave them a second.
I'm out.
Side
That
slash.
shit. Heal me.
Harder.
This is
Ugh.
B-A-D.
Well, that's that. Let's head back to our scale. And hopefully we can get saved by story again. Save me. Okay, sweet. Love it when that works. Yes, I am free. Now we must find Ol, my brother, then we can leave this place. He is in the same hold. I cannot leave without him. You must help him as you helped me. Okay. You will do it? Good. You are strong. You can keep him safe. You are brave. My brother's life is yours. Be careful. Cavern Clan has trained Simius. They fight for him. They are dangerous. Simius hate that thing. You should carry some. It will serve you well. Okay. Where's the one for rescuing him? Let's go back to the scale again, because that's the easiest way to deal with this. Oh boy. You're not Cavern Clan. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm a human, or I've come to rescue him. Yeah, I've come to rescue him. Chieftain sent you. I knew he would help. The cell's key is being held by that person. Yeah, whatever. Right, where are you? And how can I get there without attracting too much attention? If in doubt, parkour your way around the scenery. Or get stuck on a ramp, that works too. You freed me, thank you. Now I can rescue him. I will free him even if it costs my life. We already did that, mate. What? You rescued him? Good, then I must hurry back. Thank you, Aurora. You have done much for us. Soon we will meet again. You must join us. Sounds like a pretty good time. Just got to rescue the sun now. Okay. That might be the Simius that they were talking about. Not terribly helpful in a shocking turn of events. Ganglion offer you position. Position of respect. Pride hurt only you. Join Ganglion or die. Join Ganglion or be food for Simius. It is simple choice. It is simple. Treeclan has pride. Cavern Clan are cowards. I will not betray my kin. Your threats waste time. Will you kill me? Then kill me. No more talk. Ugh, as you wish. Hey dudes. Huh? Who are you? No closer or the person dies. I will have Simius tear him to pieces. Okay. Really purposeful bit of walking we did there. Don't, no closer. I will kill him. Huh, you are brave. And strange. Did my father ask you to come? Yeah, let's ask how we knew. It was obvious. You are reckless. He likes the Sim Warrior. Oh dear. Tell him I did not bend. Not to the last. Wait, why are you saying this? I die with pride, showing will of Treeclan, same will that fought Cavern Clan for 10,000 suns. We're here to rescue you, mate, don't die yet. Poor Simius, you are slave to prone cowards. My heart cries for you, brother to brother. This warrior will end your suffering. Now savour your last meal. What? Huh, is death your choice? So be it. Go, Simius, feed on his flesh. Do we fight it now? Oh. That's unfortunate. You are next. All who aid Treeclan will die. Can we get him back like we seem to do half the time? Oh, I love those cannon drones so much, or whatever they're called. I think that's a 7 thing from Xenoblade 1, which is probably why I'm calling them that.
We should weaken them just to be
Oh dear.
We got him.
I wonder if there's any way to save him. I really didn't see one. And I guess we'll go talk to his dad now. Hey there, Savvy.
You have my respect.
Oh dear. What does matter? Is he well? Offer a vague hand-waving answer. We gotta report his death. What? Killed by Cavern Clan? He refused to yield and died in belly of beast. This is noble prone death. No time to mourn. We will feed on his sacrifice and grow stronger as clan. Soon we will destroy Cavern Clan. Every man, every woman, every child, none shall survive. Well, that's dark. You have aided us. This is my thanks. I hope you will aid us again. Big yikes. Big yikes indeed. Anyway, there's one more quest in this side, I believe, that I can get. Let's go find out if it's there. Well, there does seem to be something. But are they upstairs or downstairs? It's really hard to tell sometimes. Especially when they take forever to spawn in. Oh, it was upstairs. Of course, just as I come down here. Oh, I have uranium. I should probably go and invest that in a minute, but first... Hello there. You seem strong for Earth alien, maybe strong enough to withstand his training. I have been looking for fiercest of warriors. Are you stronger than Beast? Claim I'm the strongest blade in the land, murmur a negative reply. You know what? Why not? Ah, I knew from one look. I can tell true warrior by glint of her fangs. You may well prove match for Odsent. Will you spar with Swede under my command? Sure. Let's ask about them. To defeat enemy, first know enemy. That is wisdom of seasoned warrior. I came here to tame fearsome Swede. I worked many suns, bent him to my will. It was long journey, difficult, but finally I am master. He is my fiercest servant, fulfiller of my dreams. He is Odsent. Odsent must grow strong, for this he needs combat. I ask that you spar with him. I have dream, but first Odsent must grow stronger. Will you aid me? Sure. You are great help. This is best done in open lake. I will send Odsent to Cape on Jampath Lake. Show Odsent full force of your strength there. Okay. Battle him as you would any feral beast. Only by cheating death can he learn to fight for life. Odsent is no coward. He should not flee. But if he does, inform me at once. May your strength make Odsent great. Are we going to end up killing Odsent? I really don't hope... really hope not. Dear Lord, I cannot talk today. But then when can I ever? Alright, where are you, Odsent? Oh, you're only level 30. That's not that threatening. Hey there, pal.
Got this part.
Lay down the fire. Look at this sitting duck.
Shadow strike.
Fire carnival. Split egg.
Fire slinger.
Ball rondo.
Side slash.
Triumphant scream.
Split egg.
Starfall flame.
Fire.
Beam barrage.
Split egg.
Shadow strike.
Are you
Upper
kidding?
hand.
Look at this color. I'll take
Ether
it.
blast.
Side slash.
Fire.
Rondo.
Lay down some cover fire.
Well, that was pretty easy. Oh, cutscene. Okay. Well then. Well, at least we didn't kill him. Hey there, pal. You live. How was it? Did you find my Odsent strong? The beast was a mighty foe. No challenge. I mean, it really wasn't a challenge. Should we be honest here? I don't really want to boast. Let's just go with this. Of course, because of all beasts in Mirror, he was one I chose. Wait, he fled? Towards mountains? But I commanded him to fight to end. My mastery over him is incomplete. This is dire news. I have another request, Earth alien. I fear Odsent may break his mental training, return to feral state. He could attack any who climb northern mountains, blades, prone, other alien foragers, all a fair game. I can bring him back to heal, but I need white iron sand and those thingies. Will you bring them to me? This time he will yield to my will, I swear it. Oh good, I have them. Have you found what I need? We must hurry, someone will be hurt soon. There you go. That is it, they will make powerful training incense. Now we must track down Odsent. He may be feral, if so he will be nesting in a cave. Will you help me search caves around the northern mountains? If I search alone, yeah, whatever. This is for dream I have held since childhood. Please lend me your aid. Ask about your dream, or promise to help. Let's ask about your dream, I guess. Oh, Cart's calling me. Be right back. Anyway, thanks for the interruption, Cart. Oh, I don't mind really, but recording. Anyway, let's ask about your dream. Longtails must wait until Odsent is found. Besides, it is dream that cannot be without him. To tell it now is meaningless. But it has to do with Odsent name. In prone tongue it means he who opens future. I have no path forward without Odsent. Please help me find him. Oh good, he's in a cave. My favourite thing. Well, here goes nothing. Okay. Zack here. Have you sighted Odsent? What? There of all places. I will head out at once. Keep him there. Ask how exactly you're supposed to keep him there. Yeah. You cannot control Beast's mind like prone, so you must beat Beast unconscious. That also makes restraining easier for me. Oh good. Well, here we go again, I suppose. Have you leveled up by any faint chance? No, surprisingly.
Open fire! Wow! That one was a beauty.
Now, myopic screen!
When I hit, I hit. Was it? When I hit, I hit. When will this come undone? Just shoot it!
Lie down and shut up!
That's it. Move in and keep the
So
rhythm
I'm
going.
allowed to go all out?
Well, that's that done. Enough, Earth alien. Leave rest to me. See what 10,000 Sons of War has taught prone. Yeah, because this went so well last time we saw someone try and do it. Good. Be calm. Your master is me now. Do not defy me or I will cause pain. You will pray for death, but it will not come. Cheerful. Good, it is done. Odsent is truly mine now. Thank you. Now I will see my dream come true. I will seal Cavern Clan dead by his fangs. He is true to his name. He will carve open my future and their flesh. Well, that's not great. Revenge only breeds more hate. Ask if your work here is done. Yeah, I don't think it's going to end too well if we let him go for that. What? You would take side of Cavern Clan? They raided our settlement, stole our people, slaughtered my mother like animal. Yeah, for the most part they do sound terrible, but Slovity's okay. And you would have me... I will not forgive what they did. Or you, traitor. Odsent, kill this one. Rip flesh from her bones. I mean, do Mims really have flesh? I guess they have an equivalent, but... that's really not the point. I'm about to be killed by a rampaging pig dude.
Ready to get your butt handed to you?
I know you leveled up.
Big kaboom! Appreciate it now! Myopic screen!
Was it? When I hit, I hit
Start
hard.
the play! Take it in close and really punish!
When I hit, I hit hard.
Upper hand. Flying cannons destroyed. Move in and strike.
When I hit, I hit hard. Now we're a bit.
Shadow strike.
We've got a way to go.
Nice
Well,
work.
that was that. Can't imagine this is going to end too well. You killed Odsent. Yes, I did. Nothing matters now. My dream is shattered by your hand. Life holds no meaning. Kill me if you wish, just as Cavern Clan cut down my mother. Make clear your murderous intent. Explain you are not siding with the Cavern Clan. Yeah. Hollow words. But I do thank you for finding Odsent. Prone repay debts, both to enemy and friend. Here, take this. Well. That's cheerful. Now go, stand in my way no longer. Big yikes. But we did a thing, guys. At least there's that. Oh, there's a lobster up there. I wonder if I can easily get to that.
Anyway.
Okay, the answer is no, but I also can't get a skull in here, so there has to be a way. It literally won't let you fast travel in here if you're in a skull, just for explanation purposes. I really want to get all the lobsters.
Well,
Mayhaps if we get through the game well enough,
Listen.
I will at some point go back and get them all. Man, why is this so difficult to get? Oh, there we go. That was tricky. But we're making some amount of progress. Now, to the other side of the ship, where I believe there are more quests waiting for me. I love that it changes to the NLA music when you're not technically inside that section. Anyway, I never come into this side of the ship, so it's an entire experience. Who wants to talk to me? Are you up here? I think you must be, because the question mark is more visible on the map. Oh nope, you are down there. Great. Hey there, pal. Ah, perfect. I'm glad that I waited. You are the one who will complete any task no matter how difficult, are you not? I heard stories of your valor from the other residents. Lately it has become difficult to ascertain the will of my over. It is quite a predicament. Is that something that happens to Orpheans? Ask if you have any idea why this is happening. Let's see if he has any ideas. Well, it began when I moved to a new LA. Perhaps the cause lies there. Still, that is far from a concrete diagnosis. I plan to begin a trial treatment presently. The procedure is a simple administration of stuff. It is a method I came across in a database while working as a researcher for the Ganglion. Can I ask you to locate and harvest that herb for me? I haven't got it yet. Fabulous. Love it when that happens. My research shows that the herb can be found on that place in Coldros. I'm confident that you'll fulfill my request most satisfactorily. You have my thanks. Yeah, I wouldn't thank me yet. Then I guess we'll go take a look. Where are you? Well, at least it's a small area, so hopefully I'll be able to find it quickly. Oh, it's actually showing up properly on the map. That's fun. On the screen, rather. Love it when that happens. That was remarkably easy. I have a bad feeling now that something weird's going to happen on this quest to stop it from being simple. Also, why are there like 1,000 plants down here? I only just noticed that. Fun. Ah yes, I have been waiting for you. Have you acquired the herb I requested? Thank you. Oh my word, that is quite effective. Already I feel the will of my over more clearly. But has the time for that truly come? Have I become so deaf that I could not hear something so important? Are you about to die or something? Ask what you heard. Yeah, I want to know. When the time comes, the Orphi reproduce by dividing their bodies in two. My over is telling me that now is my time. I must divide as soon as possible. Oh dear. Oh! Who are you? How has an Orphean like you emerged from me? Who am I? Why am I in such a place as this? This is not my home. The forest. I must return to the forest. Okay. That was casual. What in the world? When dividing, the resultant new life should be essentially identical to the parent body. But I've never seen an Orphean that looked like that. And it seemed terribly confused as well, almost as if it was unable to hear the Over's will. Let's worry about them. Yes, of course, the situation demands swift action. Have we just discovered a subspecies? That'd be fun. I can say with 89.6% certainty that it headed for Noctilum. I mean, it said the forest, of course it went to Noctilum. Could I ask you to bring it back here? I fear the after effects of division have left me exhausted. I am not fit to join you. Please hurry. In such a new and confused state, the poor Orphean will make easy prey for any primordial creature it happens to meet. Guess we're off then. Alright, place your bets. I'm assuming it's going to be being attacked by a primordial creature when we get there. And we will have to rescue it. Now, where are you? Above or below? Ah, below. And being attacked by a primordial creature. Yeah, that figures. Slowly descending there. Also, weirdly chill atmosphere for this. What is this? Will it do me harm? Danger. If it is dangerous, I am in danger. Please help. My head aches. It feels ready to split in two. Are you about to divide again? That'll be something. Hey there, my pal. I know you. Help me, please. We're on it.
I doubt we'll struggle with it. You should weaken them just a bit. One blow, they're about to hit an all-time low. We win!
There we go.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
You have saved my life. I must thank you. I still feel as if something is inside my head. What is this? The Over, maybe? Or try and calm them? Let's try and calm them. Thank you for your concern. I am alright. I'm feeling much calmer now. I understand now that I am a member of the Orphe, while you are of a race called humanity. But why am I here? Was I led by the Over? It is strange. I do not seem to have a name. Work that out in NLA. She's a new type according to her parent. Interesting that we've started using female pronouns now. I wonder if you're the first female Orphe. Let's say that we should go back to NLA. Yes, of course. I must speak with my parent. Let us return to the city. Okay. Hey guys.
I shall explain.
It looks nothing like me, and I am beginning to understand why. This division was born here in the city after extensive contact with humans. The Orphe are not separated into distinct sexes like you humans. Instead, we are all alike. Save for this one, it is an entirely new type born from the both of us. Wait, as in me? New, old, none of that makes any difference to me. What I could really use is a name. Stop treating your child like a research subject. Calm the Orphean's anger with gentle assurance. Am I its parent? I'm starting to feel like I am, and I don't know what to do with that information. Anyway, be nice to your kid, I guess. Yes, of course, forgive me. I was wrong to refer to you as an it. I accept your apology, but you are still my parent and so must give me a name. As my division, your name would be Nensaleg. Then that shall be my name. Now I can finally introduce myself properly. I am Nensaleg, thank you for saving me. This is a humble thanks from us. Come now, hurry up and give her a reward. You have been a great help. Please accept this. Now that all this has been taken care of, you have much to teach me. Of course, it is my responsibility as your parent. Am I also a parent? I don't know, but that was an odd one. Thank you, Xenoblade X. Oh, hello, do we have a follow-up quest? This could fairly be described as a predicament, but what to do about it? I simply cannot understand her motives. Why would anyone intentionally travel to such a dangerous place? Let's ask what happened. My division, Nenteleg, has left the city, bound for Noctulum, it seems. As for why she would head to a place filled with such awful creatures, I have absolutely no idea. And yet I feel incapable of simply letting her go. I feel compelled to go forth and bring her back, but I am a poor candidate to do so. Compared to the vicious wildlife of Mira, the Orphi are poor combatants indeed. Might I ask you to go after her in my stead? I assume that would be the case. You humans are extremely active and combative species. I say that with a deep sense of what you humans call gratitude. Oh, and please take care that you are not injured. Though if you are injured somewhat in the course of escorting my division, that is acceptable. I believe you're kind to call that a trade-off. Good luck. Thanks! Cold way of asking for a favour. I'll just leave it to us. I can't be bothered having this argument now. Your attitude is most generous. That is the term you use when describing someone who gives of themselves for another, yes? Generous? I wish you luck. Please bring my division back swiftly. Hey there, friend. Closer now. Come on, let me observe you. There is no cause to be afraid. Come closer. She's the one who should be afraid. Tell her to run away immediately. Let's warn. You humans are so strange. The need for a more thorough study of Mira's ecology is plain to see. And the most expedient method of expanding that knowledge is to go into the field and interact with various organisms. Please do not concern yourself with me any further. You are interrupting my research. Feel free to return to the city. Well, that was surprisingly chill. Where have you gone now? Hello again. What a fascinating organism. I would dearly like to procure a blood sample. But how to extract it? I should have brought a knife of some sort. This is danger. I am in danger of dying. Well then, what action can I take to avoid death? You are that human. Can you do something to resolve this situation? Fabulous!
They've seen us.
Rondo! Beam barrage!
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Myopic scream!
Look at us sit in dark.
Starfall flame!
Slit edge.
Rondo!
They're about to hit an all-time low.
Shadow strike.
Starfall flame!
Take the attack to them! What do you lay into it?
Myopic scream!
Move in and keep the rhythm
So
going.
I'm allowed to
Beam
run around.
barrage! Melee attack!
That was simple enough. I do not know whether to thank you for saving my life or criticise your violent actions. Which is appropriate? Appreciate some gratitude. If she feels like criticising me, she's free to do so. Why not? Then you acknowledge your failings. I had thought humans incapable of that sort of self-criticism, and yet apparently some among you do possess reason. Still, had you not assisted me, the likelihood of death for this body I inhabit was 87%, so I suppose some thanks are in order. Go home because your division is worried. Suggest you try more Orphe-appropriate work in the city. I'm not going to do that, because if they want to go adventuring, they can go adventuring if they're careful, but you should probably go check in on your parent. Nanceleg is a strange one as well. Even if my body were destroyed, so long as the ova persists, it is not a true death. Surely Nanceleg knows this. But very well, I will return to New LA as you suggest, mostly out of curiosity as to how Nanceleg responds. Okay. Hey guys. How are we doing?
A praiseworthy effort.
Nanceleg is safe then. That is a relief. Do you understand relief better than worry? Express surprise that he remembered. Sure, why not? I could never forget, Nanceleg is one of us. In her absence, I was struck with a strange fluctuation in my emotional state. Which is most strange on further reflection. Provided a supply of center apple water, Nanceleg's death would only present a minor inconvenience. Perhaps I have dedicated excessive thought to Nanceleg's future. Were you lonely with me gone? Lonely? What is that? Why would your absence cause me to feel lonely? Because you're in love? Or because of rare mutation? I feel very uncomfortable saying that he's in love with his own clone/division, especially given how they were talking about being parents last time. So I'm just gonna go with this, even though it's not the sentiment I would naturally choose. Just, familial love is also a thing, X. That does make sense, but what is the strange array of feelings I am experiencing? Oh no. When I look at Nanceleg, I find the sight pleasing, almost beautiful as a human might say. It sounds as if you like me. Like? Do I like you, Nanceleg? You do not know the answer for yourself. Other species call people like you naive. Naive? What a strange thing to say. It is quite apparent that despite the Orphe's considerable intelligence, some things remain inscrutable. I do not understand my feelings for Nanceleg, but why not? Because you are naive. Oh, it still said parent on the affinity chart there. This is deeply ick. Ah, I do not understand. Grant me guidance, over. Looks like there's more trouble around the corner. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Talk about recent developments? Excuse me, but when you look at Nanceleg, do you experience a cloudy feeling in your chest? No? Then this must be some peculiar characteristic of my own. Nanceleg believes this could be an experience called love, but I am unsure. All I know is that this unsettling feeling is getting steadily worse. Unsettling indeed. Oh, dear me, I wonder if we Orphe will truly be okay if we continue producing new offspring like this. The answer is no. If you ever mention love and offspring, or love in that context and offspring in the same dialogue, you're not okay. I hate this. Thank you for rescuing me in Noctilum. You need not worry about me any longer. Having found a promising subject for my research, I do not intend to leave New LA again for some time. You are curious about my research subject? Well, it is none other than Nanceleg. He seems to have some interest in me, yet does not seem to understand the fundamental reasoning behind that interest. Don't be attracted to your child! Xenoblade X, no! We Orphe are more interesting than any indigent, test subject, whatever. Thanks, game! I hate it! I hate it so much, and I'm going to leave that there and walk away very quickly. Xenoblade X, yikes, what are you doing? Anyway, I need a break, so I'm gonna go have lunch. Be right back.